Hey everybody, this is Dog Soldier here, your favorite Angry Gen Xer, and I just wanted to come up here and share one of my favorite views with you. I'm not going to tell you where it is, just not going to do it. But I had to come out and share this with you. I was riding around, actually doing a little bit of work down at one of the properties I own on this beautiful day, and I was listening to a story about how the FBI busted a whole bunch of criminals with an app that they basically developed themselves. Anon, I think it was called. They used an informant to break into the upper ranks, and basically this is an app that is installed on a phone that is only used for this. It's allegedly for encrypted communication, and they were doing all kinds of stuff on there, and everybody got busted and all that good stuff. And it just got me thinking about how people fall into this sense of false security when they're using platforms that are developed by other people. I mean, if you took something like Zuckerberg's creation, allegedly his creation, Facebook, and applied it to the standard of maybe the CIA decided to develop an app to capture everybody's activities, contacts, political beliefs, etc., etc. I wonder if that could be used against you or any of the other social platforms that have turned out to be censorship magnets like Twitter. It's really a discouraging situation that we have here in the summer of 2021. Things are winding down, but yet people are walking around with masks. Fauci's been outed as a fraud, allegedly, but yet people still walk around with masks. The rates of infection, let alone death, are down significantly, but yet everybody still walks around with a mask. Or the best one is when they walk into a restaurant with a mask, get to the table, take it off, finish eating, and put the mask back on, and out they go. But the best part of it is I looked into some of the data that the insurance companies derive, medical underwriting data. You know, those companies that are extremely risk-averse, conservative companies that charge you premiums if you die early. Well, in the middle of a worldwide pandemic, insurance companies pretty much treat COVID like business as usual. And this is a fact. I've actually researched this myself. This is not something I got off some conspiracy website. This is something that I looked up as a person in the industry. And basically, if you've had the bug, I'll call it, and recovered successfully, it's not even a blip on the screen. And if you've had any complications, most companies just want to see how you're doing about 30 or 60 days later, just like they do with every other single illness that ever occurs when they're looking at something like life insurance. So in the era of worldwide pandemic, it's business as usual for the insurance companies. That should tell you something. I used to tell people when I would do an application for them, and we would do testing, pretty comprehensive blood test. And sometimes people would find out things that they had things that they didn't realize. And, it was a 4-page report of things that they have that even their doctor doesn't test for. And they'd be surprised sometimes. They wouldn't get insurance or it would get highly rated. And I would tell people, listen, if the insurance company tells you have something, you really need to pay attention because they pay out death claims. I've famously said, they know how many people in your state, how many males in their 50s are going to die this year. They just don't know their names. So if an insurance company is worried about something, you should be. And conversely, if an insurance company is not worried about something, well, they're not worried about it. So why are you? In any case, it's just a reminder that common sense needs to prevail here, although it certainly is not recently. Applications are built by technocratic totalitarians. They're turned off on a whim. For the ones that you think are decent, the way they were developed is nefarious. And it really gets you thinking about how you as an individual get to express yourself, but more importantly, organize for change. And the term Luddite really comes to mind. For those of you that don't know that, break out the dictionary. I'll save you some effort. A Luddite is someone that sort of believes in older ways, non-technological methods of communication and living. And there's a lot of wisdom to just simply withdrawing from a society that is overwhelmed with technological manipulation. And I would encourage you, if you haven't done so already, to really think about where you're getting your food, where you're living, where you're sending your kids, and make some alternate plans. I've gotten to the point now where if I walk up to a store and I see, at this point, masks required, I just turn around and walk the other way. I don't need whatever they have that bad. I don't. Fortunately, the supermarkets and stuff don't put up a fuss. But if they did, it's just that much more motivation to find a plot of land, start growing your food, start forming communities in which you can provide for your own needs. Food, water, shelter, education, spiritual enrichment. If this last year hasn't encouraged you to do at least that, you haven't been paying attention. You just haven't. And for the cult members out there that want to insist on doing the kabuki dance, let them. Let them do it. It's okay. It's okay. This is all waiting for you here. Well, maybe not this particular field, but something less like it. And I encourage you to really seek it out. Get out of those cities, get out of those suburbs, form up with other people, and return to what is important. This isn't going away. This is the new normal. It's just going to get worse. Last point. Everybody's real happy about the situation in Florida with some legislation that's being written there. I listened to an awesome, wonderful presentation by Legalman, the Quash, Legalman. He's on both YouTube. He's not on YouTube. He's has a podcast, the Quash, and he's also a Patreon creator. He did a wonderful analysis of the new Florida law and how broad it is to take away your rights in the future and how narrow it is to protect your rights in the future. And it's all done under the banner of some Republican that is here to, quote unquote, protect your rights. They're not protecting your rights. They're creating a blueprint to take away more of your rights. So it's important for folks to realize that the Constitution is not going to save us. The Republicans are not going to save us. The system is broken. It's corrupt. It's done. And the sooner we eat that pill and move on to something else where we're truly living in freedom, until that day happens, it's just pure misery. Hang in there, folks. But don't get complacent. It's time to take proactive steps for your freedom.